Here we are on location at the Quick Start Real Estate School in Dallas, Texas. Give us a hee-haw!
Hee-haw!
Come on, Ron, hee-haw! All right, for this week's Ask Ron
Happy Valentine's Day!
Okay, yeah.
Right?
For
We're getting this on Friday. Valentine's Day is over.
Oh, crap!
Okay.
So this week's, so that's just a wolf thing. It's okay. So this week's Ask Ron, question number 1 is from Miguel in Texas.
Miguel,
In Texas.
He says, if I purchase a duplex through seller financing, both units currently are vacant, and it's new construction,
right?
can I then sell each unit on seller financing or lease option each unit out? Twin units both are 3 and 2.5 bath, 1,600 square feet.
Okay, well, Miguel, first of all, lease options out of the question. You should know that if you live in Texas.
I knew it.
Second of all, the answer is no, because these units have probably not been divided so you can sell them separately. That's legal work that has to be done, and until it's done, you can't sell them separately. Basically, what you're doing is condoizing them. That's I don't know what that would cost, or even if it's even feasible, you have to check that out with your attorney. So you're probably not going to be able to sell them separately unless that has already been done when they were built, which is probably not the case.
Probably not. And a lot of times people ask about, you know, owner finance when somebody moves in and does other. That
Right.
doesn't work out.
No, you can owner finance the whole building if you want, let somebody else rent out the other half that they're not living in. But you're probably not going to be able to do them both.
Right.
Okay, that's the question number 1. Question number 2 is from Brian Lucy,
Hey, Brian.
and he says, I spoke with a suspect yesterday, and the VA got some of the information for me, but I was not able to get the loan information. My question is, he told me that the loan information is irrelevant. How or what can I tell him to assure him that it is relevant, and how to get the information?
Answer.
It is relevant.
Yes.
And if they're not willing to give you the mortgage information, what do you normally...
Well, what would you say? No.
There's a script.
You
No,
would
there's
say,
a script.
well, listen, I understand that because I assume you're expecting me to cash you out of the house, then it would be irrelevant. But the only way I can buy your house is if you can take a monthly payment until I can pay you off in full. So if you would be interested in discussing that, I'll need the loan amount. If you wouldn't, of course, I won't. But then, of course, I can't buy your house either. So should we discuss it or not?
That's right. And another angle, Ron, on that is when you're doing, when you're talking to a seller about owner financing and you explain that you're going to cover their payments, you just assume, sometimes you can assume they have a payment and say, well, if I'm covering all your payments, how much is the property taxes, PITI?
But-
It's kind of a...
But he's got a loan on it, or he wouldn't say it's irrelevant. He'd just say it's free and
That's
clear.
true. That's true.
Okay. So hopefully Brian knows how to move forward now.
Well, to back that up, if they're not going to take a monthly payment, folks, you can't buy their house in the terms business. So get to the point.
That's
If
right.
they're not willing to take a monthly payment, every question thereafter is totally irrelevant and you don't need the answer to it.
Okay. So the next question is also from a Brian,
Yeah?
and he says, in response to Ron LeGrand's opinion on how to handle your IRA's third-party administrator and eliminate the grief article, hello, Ron. I'm in the process of forming an LLC. Do you have guidelines or recommendations on words to use in the LLC's name, or perhaps words to avoid?
Are you really asking me what you should name
Name
your
the
LLC?
LLC. Limited
Come
liability.
on. Name it anything you want. Nobody cares anyway. Nobody's going to even see the title to it. Doesn't matter what you call it. I got some weird named LLCs right now. It doesn't matter.
That's
Call
right.
it ABC LLC for all it matters.
1, 2, 3
Call it
LLC.
Mickey Mouse LLC. It's totally irrelevant. Just pick a name, but don't put your name in the title of the LLC.
That's
Oh. All right.
Okay.
Well, that was the last
That's it.
question for this week's Ask Ron.
So where are we heading
What's wrong with you
next?
guys? Why aren't you asking more questions?
I know, you.
3 of them? That's all you got.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all they got?
All right, so get us some more questions in here.
We love your
Do this
questions.
again next week.
Yes, see you next week.